Welcome back to the news desk. Apparently the news browser is broken and we can see behind the TV. It doesn't make much sense, but the TV is currently broken. Hang on, give me a sec. Need to fix this. Let's see. Why you no do? Why you no do? There we go. There we go. All right, better. And see, how was your break? It was interesting. I think a lot of people thought I was on holiday. I wasn't necessarily on holiday, so had personal affairs to a sort. How much news there is? A lot of news. It's a very big news day. Alright, let's rock and roll. That artifact power that is new in the new hour expansion. We're gonna collect anime. Anima. Anime. No, it's a minigame filled with a mission table. Oh, interesting. I'll have to have a look at that. I'm so curious. Alright, let's rock and roll. So, Sony has entered final negotiations for the acquisition of Crunchyroll. So I didn't know this was happening. Sony actually owns quite a few streaming networks and stuff now. And hopefully this is a good purchase for them. Crunchyroll is a funny company that I've always had issues with, especially with how their streaming stuff is. It's worse than ever in a sense, just because their browser's shit. The video player is so bad. Their support team is terrible. Like, there's just so much that's bad about Crunchyroll as a company. But yeah, anime news, kind of. This one just kind of was important because it's Sony and anime related stuff. But it's interesting. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. I just want this to turn into something beneficial. But yeah, it's just something to be aware of. Hopefully that goes that way. So I'm probably gonna have to click tabs because my tabs all messed up. I have so many tabs open, by the way, guys. I have like 100 tabs open right now. All right, Genshin Impact version 1.1 will arrive in November 11th, and it'll have PS5 backwards compatibility. It's pretty cool. They've got a new area that they're going to be adding. There's new quests and stuff. The story is going to be extended. The 3 new boys, the cute anime boys, are being added. I'm not going to play the trailer, but yeah, if you're like me who's been playing a shit ton of Genshin, I'm level 35 now. It's pretty good. It becomes very grindy though, so if you're used to gacha grind, you probably will be used to playing a game like this, but it will derail from what people probably expect it to be. I feel like if you aren't accepting of the game loop, that game is that game loop. That's as simple as that. So we'll see how it goes in the future, but gachas do gacha money. Alright, first of the new gen news. Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S launch live stream set for November 11th. So the Xbox will be releasing first, and then the PlayStation 2 days later. What's weird though, which we've talked about a little bit, is that the Xbox doesn't have any launch titles to speak of very much. It's kind of a weird situation where it's like you'll mostly be able to play your older games on it, and just sit tight. Like there's no real, of both consoles, this one for sure feels the one that there's no rush to get the Xbox on release. But we'll see. Some people are probably very excited for the Xbox. I've never been an Xbox user. I have just a Xbox One for a Kinect, and that's about it. I've never owned the others. So yeah, don't know. We'll see. I'm sure Xbox fans are very excited for this though. Mike Zymont hired and fired from the Guilty Gear project following abuse allegations. So if you guys have seen the news in the past and me talking about Mike Zymont and his relation to Lab Zero and all that, and how he's a bit of a bigot that's finally being ousted in the industry, it looks like Japan is now actually dealing with this also, because he was working on the Guilty Gear netcode upgrades to Double Cross and Plus R, and yeah, you know, this is a good thing that happened in a sense. Like, it's sad because I hope that doesn't fuck around with like what like happens to the netcode improvements, because they're bringing in I forgot the name of it. GGPO, that's what I was going to say. You're in it, Scarbo at the moment, so you can jump off. No problem, Tante. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the host also. Have a great day. Maybe I'll catch you later if you're streaming later, man. Boy. But yeah, it's sort of sad because we want more GGPO, more netcode improvements to happen in Japan for fighting games, just in general across the board. Having it happen for smaller projects that get integrated into the bigger ones, super beneficial. We're already seeing a massive change, but it is one of those situations where something like this is a real, like, it's sort of a kick in the gut. But yeah, we can't, the industry needs to like deal with this. Like, people like Mike need to have told no, they can't behave like this in the industry. So yeah, good and bad news, I guess. League of Legends story, A Ruined King, is coming out in early 2021. The cinematic's really good. The League of Legends teams, like, Riot Games do fantastic artwork, and their cinematics are just fucking amazing. So if you haven't watched this trailer, it's really good. Go check it out. Doesn't really express what the fuck the game is. I really don't know what it is still, but yeah. It's a single player, first single player game to be brought out of the League of Legends universe. If you don't know, Riot Games and League of Legends are intending to create a series of games that are related to that IP, each from a different type of game. So like we've got, there is a fighting game coming out, there is an action game coming out, there is I think this might actually be the action, I'm not sure. But yeah, and we'll see how that all turns out. But as a person who hasn't played League for probably like 10 years, I'm not really connected to this, but I've always been aware of things happening at Riot Games. It's just a little sad it's taken them this long to try and start the project wheel, and it's taking them so long to get games out, but they're being very careful, it feels like. This is just good news. If you are a fan of Blizzard games and how it used to be with the conventions, BlizzCon Online will be free to watch and engage in. Which is crazy. That means that we don't have to buy a ticket. We can literally watch everything as it comes out, rather than watching people's streams on other channels and things like that. So yeah, as a Blizzard fan, that's pretty cool. As a Blizzard fan that hasn't been a fan of what they've been doing for the past 5 years, less cool, but we'll see. We just got to see what happens, I guess. But yeah, pretty good news considering Blizzard Activision is very money grubbing. So, yeah. English Genshin Impact voice actors have finally been revealed, and it's not just English; it's also the Japanese ones. Now, I immediately turned off the Japanese English voice acting because I did not think it was very up to scratch. It was pretty painful at times, especially the Paimon. She was really I couldn't deal with that. But for the Japanese ones are extremely high quality. They are very good voice actors. All of them quite notable. Well, a lot of them are quite notable. So I've been enjoying Japanese voice acting quite a lot. There is quite a lot of story, a lot of voice acting in that game. So yeah, I like when accreditations get put out where they need to be. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, this one sort of came out of nowhere. Now, this one we also kind of felt like it was going to happen at some point in some form or another, but we didn't know who or where. We were actually wondering whether or not Microsoft was thinking of purchasing Sega, which would have been an interesting purchase by them, but it didn't happen, and Japan and America's business crossovers usually are very limited. They try not to buy externals, so or be bought out by externals. But yeah, Japanese Entertainment Corporation, Genda, has acquired the majority share of Sega. Which, yeah, I don't really know much about Genda, so I can't really talk about them. I do know that they own a couple of other games companies from memory, and yeah, but Sega's had a really tough few years, and it looks like they're on thin ice, unfortunately. I feel like it's not just their games division, it's everywhere, and I think that COVID probably was a pretty big nail for them. I think not having access to the arcades to bring in constant revenue hit them pretty fucking hard. Their shares dropped an immense amount. I don't know if I've got the article on it, but yeah, it's pretty sad. As an old Sega fan, it's very weird to see just companies of this size just have a lingering entity situation. But yeah, it is what it is. Like, there's inevitability around some of this stuff with how companies run and things like that. But yeah, there's more news to do with that. Actually, one of them will be this. So I think I've actually got a few Sega ones actually here. Yeah, I do have a few. So we might look at this one. So amongst that, so big question is what happens to Sega's arcades? So if you remember about a week or two ago, we talked about how Sega's main arcade, the big one in Akihabara, was being closed down, which is a very iconic landmark of that electric district of Japan. Even this one here, I know where this one is. This is like the train station is like just sort of behind us. But like it's this, like these arcades were very, very important for, like, just if you go to Japan, if you go to a lot of the major cities, you will see Sega arcades. They are everywhere. There's quite a few of them, and they're very noticeable. They're very bright red. There's some of the biggest there. They made a good amount of revenue for Sega, but yeah, it's seeming like with Genda taking over, they will be handing them over to Genda, but they are retaining their names. So yeah, that's what's happening. So it's just Sega in name now. But yeah, I don't know if that means any expansions. I don't know what happens to that. It's like, so Sega were having like a project of upgrading all their arcade machines to cloud-based arcade machines, and I don't really know if that goes ahead anymore. Like, it's so confusing now, and it's just kind of sad. Like, it's just really quite sad. Those arcades were packed, and some of the games look sick. I had no idea how to play them. Yeah, I loved going to Japan because there were so many games I'd never played before. There's a lot of unique games in the arcades that would never come to consoles. Some of them can't even really function without different additional peripherals, like the card fighting ones, or ones that have like the not Galgun, like the shooting ones and stuff. Who is Genda? I'm not 100% sure. Let's have a look. See who is Genda company, because I don't really know too much about them. Wiki. This it? That's a paper company? No, it's this is worrisome, the fact that I searched this and it doesn't come up immediately. Like, this can't be right. No. I don't know. I don't know, DJ. I hadn't heard of them either before. Acquired by Genda. I got some old Japanese general. Yeah, I mean, it's a very common last name. Well, Gendo is, but Genda less so, I guess. Don't have a thing. Maybe it's in this article. We'll have a click-see. We'll have a look-see quickly to see if we can look in Genda. Genda JP. I legit don't know who this is. Who do they own? Business? Oh shit. Look at this website though. Look how, like, simple this is. Like, the idea that Sega is being bought out by a website that it's like there's like nothing going on here. I don't know what this is, but if you guys know and you figure it out, let me know. I am curious because I do feel like this is a little bit important. Sega's longevity, very clean, it's very business, cold business. Sega Sammy raises forecast despite losses driven by COVID-19. Yeah, it's like there's a bit of a breakdown, but yeah, it's a weird situation. So if you wanted a full breakdown, there are articles about it, but yeah, but this is the next piece of news that sort of like this was the one I saw this morning, and it's kind of. This is what feels related and ongoing, so unfortunately this probably will be extend from here. What? You don't understand much. What do you mean, NC? Sega Sammy calls for 650 staff to voluntarily retire. So yeah, this is a big hit. That's a lot of people. So they've actually got the number here. Sega Sammy employed just over 9,000 people. That's not a huge amount of people, making this a roughly 7% drop in headcount. That's almost 10% of their workforce being asked to retire. So that means that they will probably see price cuts. They will pay cuts. They'll probably see. You don't understand the article? No, I understand. The article's fine. It's Genda. I don't know who they are. But yeah, this is a interesting situation now because it will very likely impact their collective's employment pay grade, and then if they don't leave on their own accord, then everyone will probably be affected by it, or they will start having to make hard cuts. So yeah. Bit sad, but that's the thing. That's as time goes on, businesses and things will change face, and yeah. Don't know what happens. Like, I don't know if this is a Konami situation where we might see like I gotta try now. I gotta find where the article we're up to. This one. Yeah, we'll have to see if any of it gets purchased out. Like any IPs will be sold off. Will they continue to make games? Like it's really the future of Sega is in such a weird space, especially after how their discussions were during Gamescom, during the Japan tech shows and stuff. And I don't know. Well, I mean, Sega made a pretty big presentation during all that, so it seems weird now that they made all these claims as to what they were going to do, and then this happened. But maybe that was a last show of force to try and get stakeholders to invest in them, and it didn't pay off. I don't know, but yeah. Capcom's network systems compromised by third party. Yeah, this happens every now and then. I mean, Sony recently had like issues and stuff like that with like servers going down. Microsoft apparently got DDoSed. We have like a situation where there's a lot of attacks going on big companies like this, but this one's a scary one just because it can have personal data related to it. Sometimes it just might be malware's just caused a problem. Who knows? They'll never come out directly, but yeah, it sounds like it was big enough that they're having a full investigation though. So yeah, if you have any Capcom related services, perhaps change your passwords. My suggestion. But yeah, these happen. PS5 and Xbox Series launch titles, the full list. So we have a final list. So this one I don't know. I feel like maybe we should cover that because I might cover that later, just because of the fact that we'll talk about some of the release stuff. Monster Hunter Rise gets a character creator first look at. So as you guys might know, you can make your character in Monster Hunter. You can make your cat in Monster Hunter. You can now make your doggo in Monster Hunter. The full character customization looks pretty fucking impressive. I'm impressed that they actually kept a lot of the systems from World. I didn't think they would for the Switch's version, because it feels like a lot of detail would be lost because of how cartoony the game is. But yeah, getting the Palamute this amount of detail is super fun. I'm gonna make the cutest fucking dog you ever did see. And yeah, I think, yeah, they do have here's the human. So yeah, they've got all the details. So it actually looks improved over the World one as well. So very impressed. Because if you ever played old Monster Hunter, you literally had like, I think it was like 12 faces, pre-baked faces. You just had 12 faces and 12 hairstyles or something like that. Whereas this is like full on, you can adjust everything. So yeah, just popping in. Hey Mutones, how you going? But yeah, I'm pretty excited. More and more news. They're revealing more and more of this game as it goes on, and I'm cool with that. I love Monster Hunter. Demon Souls character creator has 16 million permutations. So, continuing the trend of character customization, now we have a weird one where it's like, I feel like this isn't necessarily what I want. If you ever saw old Dark Souls and all the Souls series have a very particular art style with all their faces, and they look a little strange always. But now we've got the remake. This looks like I'm looking at a Western face generator. It's like, this doesn't look like them Japanese takes on Western faces. So it's like, it's just very realistic. Yeah, do they have the video here? There is a video somewhere. I can't actually find it, but yeah, there's also a photo mode coming. That's the other thing that's promoted in this. So the game looks good enough to have a photo mode. So that's cool. But we've never had that in the Souls series before, so it's the new hot thing. But yeah, look how good the game looks. Can't wait. This is my game of release. If I can get my hands on my PS5, this is the game I will play, and I will be streaming, without a doubt. And I will probably be going through it very quickly, because I love the fucking shit out of this game. But yeah, this is very fun. You want to play Monster Hunter World one day? It looks fun. Yeah, if you can get your hands on a PS4, PS5, PC, or wait for the Switch. This is Demon Souls, CJ. Yes. Yeah, Monster Hunter is out there, and people should play at least a Monster Hunter, I feel like, even if it's one of the older ones. PS5 launch day sales will be online only. So this is a pretty weird thing to happen. Kind of makes sense because of they're restricting how much physical they're trying to do right now, and there's very few games that are coming for physical. So having them only do digital sales kind of makes sense. But if you are picking up one in person, do not expect to be able to necessarily get a game straight away at a reduced price. If you are getting it online, do expect the stores to be very, very hit very hard, and I would imagine that people are going to probably be struggling to purchase the games on the stores anyway. So just be aware. Alright, moving on. Oh my god, we've got quite a few to go still. Mortal Kombat Millennia costumes and gameplay reveal. So yeah, you're a fan of Mortal Kombat and you've been waiting for Mileena, which I believe she is like a very popular character. People were waiting for her to come back. Her and her monster mouth. There you go. Mortal Kombat be Mortal Kombat. Well, that's what I have to say on that. She COVID safe. Pretty much is. She has a big old mouth, so you wouldn't want her breathing near you. Just air everywhere. Latest Devil May Cry trailer song is Hyde's Defeat. So Hyde is a very notable Japanese composer. Pretty fucking cool. If you never listened to Hyde's song, he's pretty old now, I think too. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I grabbed this article so I could talk about the fact that we're playing Devil May Cry 5, the DLC when it drops, on stream. I will be playing Devil May Cry on stream, and I'm kind of excited about it. I fucking love DMC, and 5 is very good. If you haven't played DMC 5, go play it. please, as much as I have issues with parts of it, it is still a fucking amazing game, and it will give me a chance to go and play like Bloody Palace and stuff like that. Who knows, I could just do a quick playthrough of one of the characters maybe. But yeah, go play DMC. Fogs launches December 3rd. Now, I like having my little indie news ones in here where it's like the ones that are notable that I'm excited for. But if you've ever seen this game, it's pretty fucking cute. It is a game where you play as little hot dog dogs that have... If you've ever watched Cat Dog, it's like Cat Dog, except it's like a puzzle game where you've got a dog head on each end. And I believe it's co-op, so you can... actually, maybe not. Maybe it's not co-op. I think it's just a 2 6 control both ends. Oh no, it is co-op. But yeah, looks pretty fucking cute. It's like there's a lot of games that are coming out like this now, like Ooblets and stuff like that, which I do want to play Ooblets on stream as well. But yeah, pretty cute. But yeah, Fogs. Keep an eye out for it. More release news. Godfall will be releasing at the same time as the PS5, and the launch trailer came out. I've already talked quite a bit about Godfall. I kind of feel funny about Gearbox and what the game might be. I hope that it's something actually substantial and I enjoy it. But yeah, it's hard to say at this stage. But the trailer was okay. But okay, so the issue I have with Godfall right now is that I feel like the art style hasn't completely translated. It has very harsh lighting. It's a bit hard to look at. The combat looks fun, but I don't know if it's substantial enough, and I don't know what the game loop is, because it is meant to be a looter fighter, like a proper, like it's an ARPG essentially. So I don't really know if this game will be any good, because Gearbox hasn't really done a game like this before in terms of action. So who knows? It may be fun, it might be clunky. It's a Western action game. I'm always sort of trepidant on these sometimes. So I'll see what reviews are like, but I am excited to play it. I still do want to play it. I get roped in by action games, and the armor designs are fucking cool. I think the story is pretty lame, and I think it's kind of pretentious at times with how it's sort of representing itself, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how people feel about this game, and then maybe we'll come back to it. Kerbal Space Program 2 delayed until 2022. So, yeah. This game, I think, may be going through a development hell of sorts, because it's already been delayed once, and they extended the development of the first one, which I believe there is a split on the team where the first team is not the same team anymore, and the ownership's kind of funny or something, if I remember correctly. So if you're a fan of Kerbal Space Program, maybe you might have to hold on a little bit longer, because being delayed till well, they say financial 2022, which could mean the end of 2021, but yeah. Initially, it was planned for release spring 2020, by the way. So, yeah, the reason for delay was not announced. But, yeah. Pretty rough. I don't know how ambitious this game is, but, like, it seems strange that it's taking so long. I think they're killing their, buzz a little bit if they keep dragging this out too far, so who knows. So for Tales fans, which again I've never played a Tales game before, the 25th anniversary livestream has been announced. So they might announce all those leaked games for Tales there. So the new big one, and I think there might be a spin-off, I think it was. So yeah, keep an eye out for that if you're an RPG fan. Seems pretty cool. Demon's Souls Japanese voice acting will appear in the PS5 remake. So, if you didn't know, the original game was only in English for a lot of stuff, and Japanese voice acting didn't come to the West. you had to play it all in English, and I think now we are going to have both for both regions, which I'm always happy with that. I feel like that we've now gotten to a place where audio file size isn't the biggest detriment, so they're happy to have multiple voice packs just installed into the game. But yeah, that's cool. Very excited for that game. Fortnite reportedly is returning to iOS via GeForce Now. So this is yeah, again, we're back here. We're talking about Fortnite, we're talking about Apple again, and still ongoing, but apparently Nvidia is going to make use of their systems to allow Fortnite on the phone. I don't know how that works. I don't really understand how that is running, but yeah, they were talking to the BBC apparently, which I assume that is the British Broadcasting Corporation, which confuses me. I don't know why they're talking to a British corporation about this, but don't know if there's an American company that uses the same BBC, but yeah, don't know how that will go. Seems like a weird thing to happen. Control Ultimate Edition has been delayed to 2021, so more delays. This one is a strange delay because it's already a game that's out. It's the Ultimate Edition, and I think it might be delayed for the PS5 and the Xbox, so that's another title that was going to be on release that is not going to be on the release of the console. And you can see why they were delaying the consoles so much. No company looks like they're really quite ready for these consoles to come out. So yeah, pretty bad. But it is what it is. Again, perhaps getting the new consoles isn't the worst. Like, delaying it's not the worst. Like, you can hold off a little bit longer maybe. Shenmue 3 PC coming to Steam on November. Yeah. Don't know if I've talked too much about Shenmue on stream, but you know, I loved the original just because of what it was when it came out, but the new one is just that in the current year, and that makes no sense. That doesn't look like a very good game. I've already seen, like, if you watched Super Eye Patch Wolf's video on it, it is a rough experience to say the least. So yeah, apps maybe not get that game. PT was playable on PS5 until the publisher decision made it PS4 only. So if you don't know, so many games are becoming backwards compatible, not just for Xbox, which I think is 99% of games. PlayStation was trying to get almost everything, and it was working pretty well. Like, they were pretty in a good place. But it looks like PT, which is the demo game that came out, that it was a cult classic by Kojima before it was cancelled. It was supposed to be a Silent Hills reboot, but Konami just destroyed itself, killed its relationships with Kojima, and now they want to make sure they bury this game. It's been removed from the stores, so if you have a copy of PT and have it installed on a console, preserve that, because it is now a part of game history, and it looks like they're not freeing it anytime soon. Yeah, you know, pretty sad, but there are remakes of PT that people have made that are pretty good, so if you wanted to play it and haven't played it, you can go look for them. Okay, so I haven't grabbed a whole heap of articles. I'm not going to cover them all because there's lots of videos, there's lots of things on the Xbox and the PlayStation, adding a whole heap of new features and talking about all these things. If you're a tech head that likes all the nitty-gritty little things to do with UI and functionality and hardware and just anything to do with what these consoles are going to be as consoles, there is lots of articles about that. I'm not going to break down heaps of them because they are just generally interesting, but I don't think they're super interesting to talk about on stream per se, because there are a lot of little things. There's a lot of quality of life stuff which you will notice when you're playing and stuff like that. The PS5 playtime tracker shows times for the PS4 and PS5 games. That's pretty cool. I like that. Steam has done it forever. I feel like that everything should just do that, tracking how many hours are. Switch does that. But the big thing about this is the fact that it's doing PS4 times as well, which it doesn't currently. and just the idea that we will be able to look at our account for both consoles on the new console is quite cool. So yeah, we're going to have a little profile page that describes a lot of that stuff, and that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. More delays. This one actually is a pretty heavy one. Again, another release title. Blooper Team's Medium is delayed until 2021. So this is a game that a lot of people who are into horror and sort of thriller-y horror games are very excited about. It looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it feels like a new take on like the Silent Hill style games and things like that. But it's unfortunately been delayed. Looks like an ambitious game, but it's kind of one of those things where it is what it is. It had to be delayed, and so yeah. Again, perhaps holding off on those consoles is not a bad idea. Because there's another one. Oh, this is a different one. So, Yakuza Like a Dragon is not launching alongside the Xbox Series X in Japan. So, if you don't know, Yakuza Like a Dragon is an exclusive at first on the PlayStation X, the Sexbox. I don't know what to call it, the Sexbox. However, in Japan, that's not the case, and it's probably a smart idea because Microsoft and Xbox don't do particularly well in Japan. So this game would have taken a pretty big hit on initial sales if they had only had that, and it would have been a lot of bad blood. But yep. That's the thing that's happening in Japan, but for us we have to wait a little bit. But I am happy to wait, I think, because there's a lot coming out, and this is a very heavy game that you will need to invest a lot of hours. If you've never played a Yakuza games, they are very big. Even though this is an RPG and we don't really know how long it is. Actually, I think we kind of have a vague idea, but it's still, it'd be hard to tell how much hours that people are going to dump into it. I'll watch this one in a minute. This is I think we'll sit down and watch this together as a final thing. But yeah, got a full showcase of combat and character creation, so we can check that out. Indie Live Expo Awards 2020 was announced, which, hey, I feel like a lot of us would know which ones are probably going to be picked here. So there's quite a few games. I think there's a lot of ones that people, I don't know, in my stream probably aware of or not. But we'll start off with the easy one. I've already talked about how much this game is fucking amazing and I want to play it on stream. I really haven't played it. I played the initial part of it, but I want to play more of it. I've played a shit ton of this game now. Hades by Supergiant, an amazing roguelike. One of the games of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if it will be in the Game Awards, actual Game Awards show, which will be in a month's time-ish. And we have a few other ones some of you guys would notice, but yeah, some of these are pretty good. Some of them are remakes and stuff as well, which is a little sad, but oh nice. Best Character Award, Helltaker. Oh, Necrobarista. And see, some of these are a little old. I'm a little confused by these. Like in Deep Rock Galactic. I suppose that officially came out. But yeah. What the heck? Rules of Play Award. I've never talked about this on stream. I never played it on stream, but 5D chess multiverse time travel. If you have ever heard of 5D chess, there is a game that is literally 5D chess. It's very hard to describe because it is a weird fucking crazy thing, but these games, I would say that 90% of these games here are actually worth checking out. If you've never played them or don't know about them, go check out these games. I think that indie games are just, if you want to really take gaming to the next level and find out what is possible, indies are always the space to look at. And also extreme passion. They have some extreme passion, but yeah. This thing's crazy. If you haven't seen this, it's fucking bizarre. I would not tolerate, like, my friends played this and I watched them played it, but like that's two players versing each other, by the way. Like, that's how many chessboards are being created and stuff. It's just bonkers. Totally not my thing. I like chess, but not that much to do something like that. Tekken 7. DLC Kunimitsu launches on November 7th. So still, we've been very slow on updates from Tekken, but we're starting to get them, and it's yeah, another character. She's pretty cool, Ninja Girl. I think we've shown her off before, but yeah. Indies are more creative games. Yeah, usually they're a nest bed for testing things out and stuff. But yeah. We saw this one coming. This one was a bit of a shit show of a game production, release, and all that stuff. New Square Enix financial reports implies major losses from Marvel's Avengers game. So, yeah. It happened. Square Enix really tried to push this. I feel like Crystal Dynamics didn't quite figure out what the game was supposed to be. They had lots of internal struggles. Something happened, but yeah, that game people are not happy with. Like it came out in a pretty rough state, and it took too long to come out, and it's just not got enough content there for people to be satisfied with it, and especially for ongoing content. But yeah, that happens sometimes. But Square will be fine. Crystal Dynamics will be fine. It's just a bit of a sad thing that happened in the industry. And for big EA RPG fans, Mass Effect Legendary Edition was announced. This has been leaked for about a month. It's been a while since we've known that this was coming, and they finally announced it. Yeah, if you love Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, I don't think Andromeda is going to be included in any way with this, but yeah. The whole Mass Effect trilogy will be in one big old pack with all remastered shit. So, yeah, that's a really big undertaking for those series of IPs. So, hope you guys are Mass Effect fans, because that's a pretty nice treat. Nostalgia selling like hotcakes. Alright, and we're back to here. So, the PS5 and Xbox Series launch titles list. So, I kind of want to quickly cover over this, we'll see how many here, but I will sort of weigh on my interest for a lot of these, and which ones I probably will get, or if I will get them on PC, or how this will work, but yeah. May as well look at the PS5. The Xbox, I don't know how much I'm going to look at, but Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that looks like a lot of people will enjoy that. I'm probably not going to get it as much as I like Viking stuff. Call of Duty, I haven't played Call of Duty in ages. Demon Souls is my number one what I'm waiting for. Dirt 5, Fortnite, Godfall, which is that one I was talking about before, I'm kind of interested. Maneater, I don't really know much about that. Miles Morales, I do want to play, but we will probably be playing Spider-Man on stream before that, so we'll see what we get to first. I was going to start that playthrough, I think, next week, but who knows, I might have my PS5, so we might be doing the other Spider-Man. Which, by the way, it's got some crazy tech. If you haven't seen what the new tech that's happening to Miles Morales for PS5 in terms of lighting effects like that is bonkers. Like, go check out some of those videos, because if you haven't, there are footage already of PS5 games being played. So if you are a sneaky boy and you can have a look on the internet deep enough, you will find a lot of the details. Mortal Kombat 11, Ultimate, Overcooked, Planet Coaster, Sackboy. I'm not going to play them. I'm curious to know what you think about the new PS5 share and look. It looks pretty futuristic to you. You mean as in the look of the actual console itself? Well, I'm not a fan of the Xbox. I think the Xbox just looks like a PC. I think that's a pretty shitty way to take it. But the PS5 is pretty cool looking. I don't know if it's the most ergonomic for a console being placed in your room. But the big thing is, the difference that I think with these two is the Xbox is actually a good size. Like, the size of the console is relatively small for what it is. But who knows if it's going to have the power to keep up with the PS5. But the PS5 is fucking huge. The thing is so massive. There will be a PS5 Slim that comes out at some point. I really like the look of it. I think it's cool. I think the fact that the bottom that sits on, like, it's meant to, when it's sit on its side, is not flat, is not necessarily the best thing ever. I feel like if they had curved at least the top of it or something, but they wanted to have it so it's a console that stands up upright. I don't know any friends that have their PS5 or their PS4, their PS3, their Xbox, anyone that has it standing upright. So, yeah, don't know about that. It's definitely going to be lying down for me because I don't have space enough to have it standing vertical somewhere. But I like this. I like the design of the controller. The Xbox again is straight up the previous controller, with just it looks like the Elites. But yeah, I can't wait to have replaceable faceplates for it. But just in general, the console is it is a nice looking console. I just hope that it's power efficient and heat efficient is my biggest concern, is like, because I don't really look at my consoles too much. They sit in their case in my shelves where they're meant to be, and I don't really look at them. The only time I look at them is when I'm replacing a disc, and I don't know how many discs I'm going to get on a PS5 anyway. It might be 90% digital anyway, so but I will get the disc copy because just in case, and I can play my old games. So yeah, hope that was a bit hope that was concise enough on it. I did talk about it when it first got announced, but yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting design philosophy swap where it's like, I feel like the PlayStation have always been very sleek and simple and efficient, and the Xbox had a bit of flair to them, and now it feels like we've flipped, and the PlayStation went a bit overboard and Sony went underboard. So yeah. Alright, for digital games for the PS5, Astro's Playroom, apparently that is amazing. People apparently love this. This is a very good demo for your PlayStation. If you haven't played any of the Playrooms, they're pretty cool. Borderlands 3, Bugsnax, Dead by Daylight, DMC5, Fortnite, King Oddball, No Man's Sky, Gunio Fighter, that I think it's Japan only, Observer, Pathless, PlayStation Plus collection, which that's fantastic that there's so much coming to that straight away. Poker Club, War Thunder, Warhammer, Watch Dogs Legion, which I think that'll be a big one for a lot of people, and FIFA. Funny there's only one sport title there, but yeah, it's not a lot. Like even for, like, a lot of these games are games that are already out, and even for that, there's not a lot here. And that's the one that has a decent amount. Whereas the Xbox, actually, that's not a bad, they're actually probably about the same, I just realized. So this is the Xbox. It has, so a lot of them will be similar. Falconeer is unique. Gears Tactics, Just Dance. That's interesting. Just Dance is not on. Oh, because that one doesn't have the camera. Yeah, Just Dance. NBA. Okay. And Yakuza Like a Dragon. And then we have on digital titles, they have Bright Memory. Concept Destruction. I have no idea what that is. Cruise Line Royale. Enlisted, Evergate. I don't know what those two are. They look like smaller companies. There are quite a few small companies here, actually. Grounded. Manifold's Garden. I think Manifold Garden, that was something I was interested in. But a lot of these will probably make it to the PC, by the way, because of just how Microsoft is. So I hold your horses on the Xbox ones as well. You probably will see that they will come over. Rogue Company, Ori and the Will of Wisps, Sea of Thieves, Tetris Effect. I didn't know that was coming to that. The Tourist, and Yes, Your Grace. So yeah, they're not. It's not a big lineup, but it's a little sad. But yeah. At least they have the backwards compatibility. That's what I will say. There's a lot of shit that will get upgraded for your games that will look quite nice. So. Yeah. And that will be the last roundup before next week when we actually have the consoles out. They will be out next week. By the time I'm streaming next time, we will be talking about the consoles. So, they will be in people's hands. But to close off, I think I want to check this out, which is the Demon Souls trailer and character creation showcase, which I haven't watched yet, by the way. Again, I've played the shit out of Demon Souls. I've replayed the game so many times. But still kind of like looking at a fresh new game in a sense. So I'm gonna watch this. You can watch with me if you want, but very excited. All right, take this over to YouTube, shall we? Let me get the BGM. See how loud this is. State of play. It's not too far away, yeah, 100%. We are so close to the next generation, it's crazy.
Hello, I'm Gavin Moore, creative director for Demon's Souls.
Oh, we already heard this guy a few times before.
This is a remake of monumental scope and ambition, transforming a beloved PlayStation classic into a stunning showcase for the PlayStation 5. In every respect, Demon's Souls looks, sounds, and feels right at home in this next generation of gaming.
This game does look pretty fucking impressive, by the way. I don't know. Again, it kind of does feel like where it's on the end of the PS4 could have looked like this, but it does look very nice. I think that you can tell it's a 4K game though. The resolution's fucking insane.
To hair types. There are many thousands more permutations for you to explore.
So this is what I was talking about. Like, this doesn't look like Demon's Souls or a Souls-like character creator. Like, Bloodborne's always the weirdest one of all of them in terms of difference, but even still, that doesn't look like this. This looks like a Western one.
The Nexus is how you'll get to the game's 5 archstones.
Oh wow, the Nexus looks fantastic. Oh wow, look how the colors pop. So,
storytelling experience.
Hang on, I'm putting CC on. Oh no, it's in French. Why are we in French?
Now let's enter the first archstone, the archstone of the Small King.
Okay, we're putting in auto translate for English. So something I will say is that the game's colors are very like, it's very green, it's very dark, it's very dim. It's not meant to be super colorful. So hopefully the game does keep a lot of its washed out stuff, but it does look very bright and colorful at times. Like, look at this dragon, look how red he is. So there's a red dragon and a blue dragon. Or is it 2 red and a blue? I can't remember. But yeah. This is straight up the first scene you see in Demons. Really funny. Or when you do the first level.
Now, the real Demon's Souls begins.
Oh wow, oh I don't like the health bar.
And dodging, all use stamina. So the player must always
yeah, they've changed the UI quite substantially, but I don't like that UI. Feels kind of invasive.
Now these Dreglings aren't particularly daunting. Their patterns are relatively simple, and their attack ability somewhat limited. Still, even these earliest enemies can pose a threat if the player loses focus.
4 months BABYYYYYYY.
Hey Kur, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. How you doing, Kur? I don't know why that didn't come up with my subscription thing. Hang on. I think my filters are stuffed up again. Oh, why didn't they come up?
Combat timing is just as it was. We're actually using original code for these.
Wait, I don't know why that didn't come up. How you doing, Kur? You doing good? That's good.
It's a modern engine.
We're just checking out the Demon's Souls demo trailer because I hadn't watched this yet. Definitely looks like death. Oh look, it's the hole, that hole there that kills you. Actually looks weird now. It's all colorful and stuff. Hong Kong indeed. Also, they look like humans. They don't look like hollows, because that was the thing in this game, is like they kind of looked a little hollow-esque. But they straight up are just like, yeah, because these are like zombie men. Like we're
playing in performance mode, which targets 60 frames a second, running at a beautiful dynamic 4K. There's also a cinematic option. That's an even more vivid native 4K, targeting 30 frames a second.
No, I want my 60 FPS, you shit.
And responsiveness, or simply the most detailed possible experience, the game is a feast for the senses.
How are we doing? I'm doing pretty well. I'm just checking out this. Again, I was talking about this is the last time we're gonna... Idiot. This is the last time we'll be looking at free PlayStation 5 and Xbox before they actually come out. They will be out next week. This is the last time we get to look from the outside in a sense.
We've added thousands upon
It
thousands.
definitely, it
of
feels
new
like
sound effects
demons.
to
Like
take
it's the right
advantage of
pacing. Like
PlayStation
everything
5's
feels like I'm looking at
impressive
demons in
10 to
terms of
3D
movement and
audio.
everything,
Now
which
you
is
can
nice.
hear Imperial spies in the Palace of Boletaria creeping up behind you, or a creature slithering out of the slime in the Valley of Defilement.
But this will be
far
interesting
below.
because yeah, 3D
Now
audio
you can
for like
experience this
getting
stunning
jumped by
world in
monsters.
3D audio just
Yeah.
by connecting a headset. We're also really
I wonder how
excited
far they're
about
gonna
the
go.
DualSense wireless controllers.
This game gives me
haptic
low-key Bloodborne
wanted
vibes,
to
probably
make
because the art
combat
style and
feel
setting.
grittier
Well,
and darker.
Kuro, this is Demon
So
Souls.
this is the perfect way to feel steel.
This is
crash
a
against
remake
steel,
of the
or
game
the
made
crackle of a
by the
fireball
Bloodborne
in the
team.
palm of your hand before you cast it at your enemies.
Was he gonna? Yeah, I was wondering if he was gonna run into the boulder. That gets everyone
We've
like
left
on their
the
first
open air of
playthrough.
Boletaria and descended
The Inferno
into
looks
lair
really
of
cool
the
though.
Flame Lurker, deep within Stonefang Mines. Flame Lurker is one of the most beloved of all of the Demon Souls bosses, and here he's brought to life.
I don't know about
amazing
beloved.
detail.
Hated this shit.
The real-time
He's like the
lighting,
hardest fight in the
incredible
game.
particle effects, as well as a deadly redesigned arena, all culminate
So
in
they
a
actually
spectacular
brought
battle
back
set in
what
a world
he
of
looked
fire.
like.
And
In the
music
original
here
release
is
trailer
background
stuff we saw,
is
the
why
Flame Lurker had a
many
different model, and then
incredible
people
tracks
weren't
relate
happy,
to
and then they
Demon
went and
Souls.
remodeled him to
On
look like how he
PlayStation
used to
5,
look.
We've rearranged and fully reorchestrated.
You never knew about Demon
Shinsuke
Souls. Oh really?
Kimi's
Yeah, it was
breathtaking
definitely the first.
score.
Look at the UI though. Look at that
World-class
weird health bar.
musicians performing
Why
at
did
the
they change
legendary
that?
Air Studios in London.
I don't know why. It feels like they took more creative liberties in this than they did with Shadow of the Colossus. Like, I don't know why they've done this. That looks so out of place. I look like I'm looking at a fucking mobile game or an... Actually, no, it looks like an MMO. That's what I'm looking at. It's so strange. I think you punched me, you shit. So, Flame Lurker, I love how on fire this guy is. Like, he's, one, not putting himself out. When you're on fire, it's
Tower of
crazy looking.
Latria. This is the first part
You're meant
of
to
the third arc
use
stone.
things to
It's
cool
truly one
yourself
of the most
down or use
unforgettable
water
areas
spells and
of
stuff.
Demon Souls. It's so haunting and claustrophobic.
Oh yeah, you talking about
It's rife
Bloodborne.
with detail and
Wow,
countless
that looked
nooks
really
and
cool.
crannies.
These
On
guys
PlayStation 5,
kill you so
we've
easy.
radically increased the object density. The stage is absolutely littered with rubble, broken vases, and abandoned clutter.
Tower of Latria, this
It's
is
an
like an
amazing
extremely
set piece for
haunting
enemy
area.
encounters.
I really,
These
really hated
mind
this
flayers,
area.
for example, cast glowing
There's like
projectiles
Cthulhu
down
monsters
long
everywhere. You could
corridors.
tell, like, you
For all of
knew
the
that,
added or
like, when
enhanced
Bloodborne
effects
came
like
out, it
these,
was sort of like,
we've
people who
endeavoured
played
to
Death
strike a
knew
balance between
what they were
dread
kind of
and
in for, in a
beauty,
sense.
echoing the
Because
tragic
not
fall of
this
the
level, the
once
next
glorious,
level,
but now
the one with all the
doomed
gargoyles and
Demon
stuff,
Souls.
it's just, like, there's some horrific shit in that. The Puppet Monk's really cool, though. I really like that boss fight. What's this guy doing? Scimitar looks cool, though. So, by the way, people pointed out this is the original fluted armor. So, there looks like there's two types of the
Moving
fluted
on to
armor.
the rain-soaked
But,
shrine of
yeah.
storms.
Also, I've just noticed they're doing the
Each
first level
class
of each
Demon
area
Souls
minus
has
the
a
Flame
radically
Lurker.
different feel. Knights in their armor
Also,
are tough, but a
Knights
bit
in their
clumsy
armor,
and
but they're not meant to be knights in armor. They're skelly men. They're just straight up skeleton
quick
men.
and sure of foot.
But
It requires finesse to
I don't
inflict
like that.
killing
I want them to
blow.
just be metal skeletons. They're now in flesh. Like they're now wearing armor. Nice parry, bro. He's using a dagger. He's using a dagger on Gates. Okay. I don't think anyone used daggers in the original Demon Souls. They didn't scale properly. Stun
Veterans
like
might have
pickable.
noticed that we've added new animations for all weapon types. Of course, we made sure to match the timing and feel of the original attacks. It's a small change, but it helps make each weapon choice feel a little bit more unique and makes the thrill of landing a perfect backstab all the more
Parry.
satisfying.
That's like a free parry. The run cycle looks a little funny.
Anyone who played Demon Souls on PlayStation 3
Oh, I
knows
hated
that
this
the
area.
Valley
So
of
if you,
Defilement is one of the most challenging,
Yeah.
demanding levels in the game.
it's not. I wouldn't say it's challenging.
We're
It's
so
just
excited
frustrating
for those
because it's
players
just
to
so
revisit
big.
This gloomy, arresting swamp. Now with performance mode. and
You'll be
a
lurking. You need to
targeted
finish the
60
assignment.
frames
That's
per
due today.
second.
Okay, no
This
problem,
area
Kuro.
was
Good
a
luck.
particular challenge because we wanted to preserve the occasionally disorientating, almost maze-like nature of the stage while building on the mythos of Boletaria. After all, this is a place of outcasts and the unwanted. We wanted the valley to
Okay,
feel
so this is the
much
first time
more
we've actually
alive
seen
than
Dan in the
PlayStation
swamp
5 remake,
since it
and it
got
gave us
revealed.
a rare chance to
Oh wow,
revisit
it's
a
so... Oh, you
truly
can see the
iconic
distance.
level
Look, you
of
can
game
look into the
history.
distance. You could not do that because the fog was so dense in that game because it was so hard to see so far ahead. This UI is terrible. This is really, really bad. But yeah, holy hell. This area sucked, by the way. It'll make it so much
And
easier if you
before
can see.
we
Oh,
wrap
whoa,
up,
they're showing off
here's a first look at the
Colossus. Okay.
a nightmarish mishmash of
Oh wow,
detritus
look how cool
that's
he
been
looks.
discarded from above. Your best bet for success here is to keep your distance.
Oh
and time your
wow.
attacks
Oh, he
carefully,
looks
and
fantastic.
use a weapon that can burn through this.
I might need good luck
toxic
from you. You don't need good luck, Kuro. I think you can do whatever you set yourself out to do. So yeah, this is a disgusting area. It's just plague and filth and awful nature. So that thing's mostly made of maggots. There's straight up a monster that's made of leeches that's after this one. That's super cool. Yeah, this is the one that I think that he puts leeches on you actually now, if I remember correctly. No, the maggots one does. I don't think this one does actually. He's actually a really easy boss. I don't know why he's trying to take him from the front, because you meant to run behind him. I don't know why he's trying to fight him from the front. I think it's just to show off the model, maybe. Yeah, Dol said that he explodes. It's always weird when they do these demos where it's like they show off doing the fight as if the person doesn't know how to fight it. So it's like, it always makes me wonder, do they just chuck someone on the controls that doesn't know how to actually do it? But oh, he died. But yeah.
You've just gotten a taste of what's awaiting you this November. Demon's Souls is one of the most celebrated
there's the
genres in
demon.
PlayStation history. It defined a new genre of action RPGs, focused on tactical combat, environmental storytelling, groundbreaking.
The environments looks amazing. I think this is the strongest point of Bluepoint is their environments are crazy. Oh, they didn't show the heart. They were so close to showing the heart. Oh, down there, so they're in the catacombs.
Worldwide Studios and Bluepoint
But
Games
yeah.
are honored to be able to remake this classic for those who hold it dear, and for a whole new generation of gamers.
Yeah, I'm super excited. That looks really good. I really just can't wait for that game to come out. I think the UI is probably the only thing that seems to be rubbing me the wrong way, and some of the colorful designs they've done to the monsters. Hey Tanuki, how you going? Oh my gosh, those glasses look cute. Thank you. Someone suggested them a while back, and now I think that they'll just stay. I kind of like them as being a news. It gives me a news reporter look. Also, hey Waffle, how you going? Yeah. Slightest error could mean your death. Original AI, example A. Yeah, I'm so excited for Demons. I just want to play the shit out of this game so bad. I wonder how much is going to rub me the wrong way, though. Like, the amount of changes are a bit unnecessary. I feel like they could have been closer to the original. But, yeah. We can watch Max's reaction. We want to see how Max reacted to this. Is this only on PlayStation? It will only be on PlayStation. It's like Bloodborne. So, original Death was only on PlayStation. People always wanted it to come to other things like PC, but it never did. Then Bloodborne, the same thing. And it's because there's so much Sony money behind it. Sony funded this completely, basically. As much as, like, this is not made by FromSoft. This is made by Bluepoint. And FromSoft would have not... They're too busy with Elden Ring to be able to work on this, I would say. So they've probably got some liaison going on with them, and that'd be the extent of it, because Bluepoint needed the money for all the funding to be able to do it. They had a lot of money, and the people trust them, so I feel like it was a good choice. But yeah, it's definitely going to be trapped on the PlayStation. Just to burst everyone's bubble, it is definitely... Their money is paying for it. The sword and the pumpkin is a nice touch. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've still got a pumpkin. We should find... What should we should prepare? Should we prepare for Christmas? We need to think... we should think about being... getting a new... Christmas decorations. We should start setting up for Christmas. Like, maybe we could have little Christmas lights on the desk. Some candy canes, a little Christmas tree. Oh, a tiny Christmas tree would be cute. Thanksgiving? I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, Tanuki. I'm in Australia. What about you? You're in England. You don't celebrate Thanksgiving, do you? I hate being an Xbox player. Yeah. I was talking about, because we were talking about before we had on the news, the Xbox only releases, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. There was actually some decent ones, but like it does feel lackluster. The start of this generation definitely feels a little lackluster, unfortunately. It's a little sad. Hey, buddy, how you going? A little Christmas tree would work? Yeah. Any excuse to eat a nice big turkey. That's true. I actually had a turkey sandwich for lunch. If you have a gaming PC, there's no reason to buy an Xbox. I completely agree, CJ. I think we're in a situation now where Microsoft's relations to their gaming divisions and how the Xbox sort of exists as almost a cloud-based service that they're going to... I don't know if they're phasing out or if it's more there to be supplemental to the rest of their gaming stuff. Hard to say, but it's definitely a situation where I've never owned an Xbox other than my Xbox One, and it's still one of those things where I don't really feel the need to. Everything I want to buy will either be on Nintendo, the PS, or the PC. So yeah. Put a tree in the spot where I used to have the bottled water. I should do that. I think we'll hold off. I think November, maybe we'll go a little plain for November, so it doesn't feel like we're jumping straight from Halloween into Christmas, as much as my girlfriend would like that. I think we'll hold off for a little bit. Also, I should bring back the BGM. We're kind of sitting in silence. But yeah, I kind of feel like the Xbox needs to figure something out. They're in a weird space right now. If you already have a 3K computer, there's no reason to have an Xbox because of no Xbox. I really do agree. It's sad. It's as much as it's something that they like. It's definitely one of those things where you have, I guess, they have the capacity to go and get more exclusives. They could have done so many things. Like, it's such a weird space where not giving enough money to indies that could have easily come to your platform, like the Switch has been doing. Them not focusing on, like, I mean, that's what the 360 generation was, very indie focused. And it did well because of it, because they had lots of game variety. The AAA titles are so expensive and so delayed right now because of COVID that both platforms are being hit pretty hard, but Sony didn't make any purchases or give direct like funding to companies to be able to produce for them, which was just a terrible idea to miss that. But I would guess that's probably because of some of the Microsoft's inner workings and reducing how much money is going towards their gaming division. Don't change the laptop position. It's good where it is. That's actually built into the desk. I'd have to rework that if I were to ever change that. Yeah, I bought every generation of Xbox, but you won't get the next one. Shit, buddy. Wow. How come you're not getting the next one? Is there any big particular reasons? You don't even need to spend 3K on a PC. Yeah, that's true. I agree with CJ. Right now, you could spend probably 1.5K and you can get a pretty powerful PC. 3K generally, when people talk about 3K PCs, they're usually talking about peripherals as well. So they're talking about mouse, keyboard, monitor, sound. Like 3K is pretty over the top for a PC now. Like the jump in terms of technology has not been large enough to people to warrant to spend that amount of money to make it to the next generation. You can do enough incremental that you don't need to do such a large jump. You got an idea? A little Christmas tree on the desk with tinsel hanging over each side of the desk. Yeah, I like that, Tanuki. I think that'll be fun. I'm excited to do that. Like, if you watched during my Halloween streams, I really enjoyed dressing up the stage for Halloween. I almost feel like I should have just done that for 2 weeks. I only did it for the week, but I really liked them. They were good, fun streams to decorate. But as you know, I do like making my little layouts and things. The Xbox 360 was amazing for its time. I was proud to be in it. I completely agree, Waffle. I think the 360 was a very good time for the Xbox. I think it's probably the best, and a little sad that they didn't continue that power into the following generations. I think I've talked about it before. I think that software sells I think that your interactions within developers sell more. I don't think it's about advertising. I don't think it's as much about advertising and hardware as people seem to think it is. I think that really it's the library is what sells a console. Like, people will want to go to the place where they can go, oh yeah, all my games are on this thing, not I've got a few games on this. You've just become a PlayStation player? Yeah, that makes sense, Barty. There's just a lot on the PlayStation. Granted, I just dropped 1.4K on a 3... Yeah, you're insane, CJ. I wouldn't do that myself. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Hopefully, I want my computer to go for maybe another 6 months. But yeah, it's one of those things that I'll hold off. You gonna go eat? No problem, Tanuki. I guess you raised Prince. Hopefully we can see you later. Enjoy food. Get some sleep if you need. Enjoy yourself. If you didn't see, if you guys don't already follow Tanuki, please do go do. Tanuki's actually playing one of my favorite games ever. Currently, Digimon Cyber Sleuth. And yeah, if you like Digimon like me, please go check it out. What? No, my Pixel. Did that not work? I didn't get like a little pop-up on the screen. What the heck, Pixel? Don't know why that didn't work. Strange. Don't know why. I have a 970. It's time for an upgrade. Yeah, mine's the same, I think, CJ. I put 3K because of... Oh, there it is. Why did Kuro's work, but mine didn't? I don't understand. What the heck, yo? Thank you, Kuro. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why that didn't happen. Maybe it's... Hang on. Let's test this. Let's share out Kuro. Oh, that worked. I don't know what the hell that... I don't know. It didn't work at first. Maybe the module had to load up. I'm not sure. Just put 3K because Xbox is like 600. You might as well get a PlayStation. Yeah, I think so. I want to get my hands on the PS5 controller for its haptics, but not going to enough to buy one straight away. I will buy my PS5 straight away, without a doubt. As soon as I can. And yeah, I don't know, question mark, like how it's going to play out. I don't know, like if we're going to have a situation where the consoles are going to come out on release date and be like just like people are going to be able to purchase them, or everyone's going to miss that first wave. We'll have to wait until next year. Like, let's see how earnest it was about them stating those things, but really don't know. But yeah, I'm very excited still. Okay, we should finish up with the news. I'm gonna jump over to the chill chat.